Pew 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 pew. Dan shot first today, and today we're going to be talking about Solo, a Star Wars film, Star Wars movie, a Star Wars story. I can't even get that right. That's fine, because the name is not the best part of the movie, and that is a fact. So I'm here today. Welcome, guys. Welcome back to the Stuff of Legend. I'm your host, Dilo, and I'm going to be talking about Star Wars, a Solo. I don't know. I can't. The name always gets me. I basically just call it Solo whenever I'm talking to people, and then they're like, "Wait, what? What movie is that?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, it's that Star Wars movie. Didn't that come out already?" I'm like, "No, that was Rogue One." They're like, "Oh yeah, okay. Well, no, I'm not gonna go see it." So many of the people that I talk to, at whether it be at work, whether it's people from church, a lot of people who are hardcore Star Wars fans are following. They understand there's another Star Wars film coming out. Solo is kind of like the one that nobody asked for, right? So the the whole idea was that they wanted to make this story from the very beginning. It's a fan favorite character, but kind of like Boba Fett, the irony here, kind of like Boba Fett, he's one of the characters that is kind of shrouded in a little bit of mystery, and not knowing a whole lot about his backstory has been really good for the character. Now, that being said, nobody asked for a Solo film, but he got one. And I went in thinking, okay, this it's a Star Wars film. I gotta go see it. I've been wanting to see it just because it's Star Wars. And I was worried that kind of like the Last Jedi, we were gonna feel very betrayed in the lore and just like some of the characters being disrespected, and just I don't know. It was like there's a lot of tension going into a Star Wars film now because of after the Last Jedi. And I gotta say, going in to the film, I was a little bit nervous. I was a little bit excited, and I was mostly optimistic. Okay, like just let's just go in. Let's just take a seat, take a deep breath. Let's just get ready for it. I was very pleasantly surprised. Now, for those of you guys who don't want to know about the film, you haven't seen the film yet. This is a non-spoiler review, so you're okay. You're safe here. This is a safe zone where you can just hear me talk vaguely about the film. I might mention just kind of some things that were upticks, some things that were down, but no specifics. So I'm not going to get into any of the details or spoilers of the film. But I just want to say, so I always forget his name, Alden Ehrenreich. I think that's it. So he's the guy that plays Han Solo. At first, I was really nervous about this movie because they chose this guy. Now, the reason I was nervous was not because he's not a good actor. It was because I'd never seen him in anything. Now, there was an actor, I'm sorry, that I really wanted to play Han Solo, and they didn't pick him. He was the guy from The Age of Adeline, who played the young Harrison Ford and does a spot-on impression of Harrison, and he actually kind of looks like a blonde kid version of Harrison Ford. I thought that would have been the best choice. But now that I've seen the film, I'm really grateful that they did choose Alden Ehrenreich because it didn't feel like he was doing an impression. It didn't feel like he was trying to maintain a character. It felt very natural. It felt a little bit different, but it was just he was a younger guy. It's like it's younger Han Solo before he's come to the full experience of who he is to make him who we saw in Empire. I'm sorry, in A New Hope, which was Star Wars. Before there was actual like episodes, but he's he was perfect. I mean, I really enjoyed Alden Ehrenreich's performance as Han Solo. He captured all the little mannerisms and like little facial expressions in this like in the sly like kind of like smile your way out of every scenario, and just he's like a box of charm. And then you get into Donald Glover, who is an absolute charm bomb. I mean, like as soon as he shows up on screen, he is like that's the perfect word. He's the most charming guy in the world, and he was absolutely perfect for Lando. I was like, at first, I was like, I love Donald Glover. I was not worried about Donald Glover, but I was thinking it'll be interesting to see him interact with Alden Ehrenreich. And if he does, what's that going to be like? I loved it. I really loved it. Hi, baby. Hi, come here. Come here. Say hi. No? No? She wants to go play. She's probably watching Clone Wars in the bedroom. Or Super Y. One of the two. Actually, I think I set up Super Y for her like an hour ago. She's probably still watching it. It's a good show. Now, what I was going to say was Donald Glover was incredible. And so was a number of people. The guy Jonas Suotamo. I don't know how to say his name. Suotamo. It's a weird last name. We'll call him Jonas S. And he was Chewie. That guy, I need to Google that guy because I'm not sure exactly how tall he is. But in the film, you get a very strong scale. You get to really get some perspective on how tall and large the Wookiees are in contrast to humans. And especially standing next to Alden Ehrenreich, like you see, like, this is a big creature, like a big guy. And I loved Chewie in this film. There was a lot of things that I really liked in this film. And a few things that I didn't much like. But I think so much more of what I did like than not, you know? It's kind of like how like you can see a Marvel film, you can see a DC film. Let's take a DC film. We can take things like Justice League, where the villains sucked, but the team was pretty good. I really liked the cast. I liked the acting. The script was like up and down. It was like all right at some points, and at some points it was just cheesy. But it's a fun ride, right? Star Wars Solo, I actually didn't have any script problems. I thought it was great. I thought it was awesome. I thought the delivery of the lines was great. The only thing that it got to me really quickly, right off the bat, was the L3 droid. I forgot what the name is. I'll look at it right here. L337. L337 was, quite frankly, annoying. Very annoying, in my humble opinion. I did not like. I won't give away the story, the plot. I'm not going to give quotes right now. But there was just a lot of. They were kind of like beating you over the head with this like. It was a message, and she was just like this. It was almost like she was this woke droid that didn't sound like a droid. She sounded like just this complainy blue-haired lady that would be like working at Starbucks, but then she's judging you for your choice of drink, and like, you know, it's like that's kind of what she felt like. A lot of the time, droids like in Star Wars, it'll be like, take him down to the bottom, you know, fix him with a restraining bolt. And it's like, it's a human giving this character a voice, but the character sounds like a robot. You know, it sounds like a droid. Or Roger, Roger, or like, you know, like you've got R2 whistling and whatever, and then you've got, you know, C-3PO. I am C-3PO, human cyborg relations. You know, like you've got stuff like that. It's a person voicing a droid, so they try to make themselves sound a little bit more droid-like. The actress, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, I was actually not at all impressed with that person, with that character. So she's probably a great actress. I don't recognize her from anything, but the L3 droid was quite annoying, and that's not totally her fault in that, you know, she didn't write the script, she didn't write the lines. The character is going to be used however the screenplay and the director decide to take that character. But even the way that she was speaking was human-esque. So it would be like, let me give you an example that's not in the film, but just to kind of indicate what I'm talking about. It'd be like, normally a droid, like, I am C-3PO, human cyborg relations, you know, something like that. And you get L3, and she's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that we were over there at the mall and they didn't have parking for us. I cannot believe they did that. This is an outrage. This is ridiculous. And it's like, you know, it sounds like a person. It sounds just like a complaining lady. the entire way through. I actually did not like that character. Some of you guys might. And I will say this, I really like the look of L3. I really like the look. The droid looks awesome. I just didn't like the character. And I didn't like the voice acting for the character. Not that it wasn't good acting, it just didn't feel like a droid. That was my problem with that. Next, let's see. There were other characters. Paul Bettany plays a character, and I won't say too much about his character, except that I really liked the character. I thought that he was a very cool individual. I thought that his character was powerful, and I thought that his performance had conviction behind it. It was really good. And, you know, the last thing I've seen him in was Vision, you know, in the Avengers, probably like most of you guys, Infinity War, etc. And I've really come to like Paul Bettany as an actor because of those. You know, I'm a nerd, so I watch all the nerd stuff. And it's nice to see him in another nerd role, but see him, like, you know, kind of as him, not himself, but, you know, like in live, less CG, more in-camera work, and that was a lot of fun. I really liked seeing him there. He was really good. I thought he was a good flavor in the movie. And his role, there was some really good moments. I appreciated his character, and I thought it was a really great addition. A lot of characters that you won't recognize from any other Star Wars tale that are probably original to this film, but they did a great job. And I really like those characters. I heard some people online complaining about, like, they wanted a different character instead of the characters we got. And it's like, what are you going to do? I mean, if the movie's out, you know, it's already made. And it's like, you can, you know, anyone can have their opinion. That's totally fine, because that's what film's all about. It's about, you know, how does it speak to you? How do you like that? How does it make you feel? And if you don't like it, you don't like it. That's fine. Maybe I'm like one in a million who's going to be one of the few that actually really enjoyed this film. I really, really enjoyed this film. It was a lot of fun. It's just a great heist film. Ron Howard being the director was a good move. I forget what the name of it was. He did that film with Chris Hemsworth, the NASCAR movie. That was a really good cinematic experience. Like the actual visual storytelling of it in the race car, watching things zip past, and like just the camera angles, and it was really cool. I really liked that. And you get a feel for that in this movie with Han Solo, and just like the way that, you know, there's the Falcon, and there's some speeders. There's a lot of really good moments where you can get that Ron Howard feel, and it's good. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. And I didn't think I was going to enjoy a heist film as much as I did, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Now, I want to talk about Emilia Clarke, and who else have I not talked about? I haven't talked about Thandie Newton. Both of those characters are new to me, but my wife's seen them in some stuff. My wife was telling me before the movie, I'm kind of nervous about Emilia Clarke playing in Star Wars, and I was like, why? She's like, she plays certain roles really well, and some of them not so much, and it's just kind of up in the air. I haven't seen her in anything except for Solo. So when I see her in Solo, I thought that there was a really good on-screen connection between her and Alden Ehrenreich, and it was just a really unique relationship, very interesting, and the way that it plays out in the story is really cool. For some people, it might come across as kind of like a cookie cutter, like you get this type of thing in these types of movies. It's like you're almost expecting to see something in the range of where it goes. I was not surprised, but I was impressed with how it ended. There's a lot of plot twists that are in this film, and some of them are predictable, and then there's some that just get you. And if you're a fan of the extended Star Wars lore, not the old canon, but new canon, so like the Clone Wars and Rebels, and you love the episodic films and Rogue One, there's a couple things in here that are so sick. I lost my mind, okay? So, like, my wife, my poor wife, sitting next to me in the theater, there's probably like a dozen or so people in my general vicinity, 2 dozen maybe, and in the theater. And this big surprise happens. And I'm like, babe, oh my gosh, oh my god. And she's like, shut up, we're in a theater. There's people right there. I'm like, babe, why are you seeing this? And she's like, dude, shut up, I'm trying to watch the movie. And it was, I'm still like, I was thinking about that all day today. It was really a lot of, it was all that I could do to not tell people, I need you to see this film so I can talk to you. Because I went opening night, right? So it was something that was, it's like, it's this wonderful burden. When you've seen a film that it's fun, you love this film. And I do. I love Solo. I really do. I did not think I was going to love Solo. I had problems with The Last Jedi. I thought The Last Jedi was a good movie, but it hurt as a Star Wars fan to watch that film, and there was a lot I did not like that they did in that film. There was a lot I did not like. And as a film, I think that one, The Last Jedi, might be one of my least favorite films for the Star Wars. Probably bottom two, I think. But Solo is probably in my top 4 now. And I have to go through my list. I've said this before. I need to readjust my list just because every so often I'll rewatch either the prequels or I'll rewatch the originals or I'll rewatch Rogue One. And it's like, I'm like, dude, I forgot how much I really liked that, or I liked this moment in here, or this meant a lot to me growing up, or that, I really like this. It's just, there's so much to sift through. I love Star Wars, that's a fair assessment. But I love Solo as an individual film. And I'm so hoping they do another Solo film inside, or another film directly following Solo. Because they leave you with something savage. They leave you with something awesome. And if you are a fan, like I am, and you go back and you watch the early stuff and like the Clone Wars, and there is some special stuff there for you. There is a lot of special stuff, and I hope that you guys go see it at least once. If you don't like the film, that's totally fine, but there is something special that I think a lot of people, especially my age or younger, are probably going to love. And a lot of people I know that are older that are going to, even if they don't like the movie, if they don't like Alden Ehrenreich, if they don't like how they took the characters, how they told the stories, if they don't like certain aspects of the nostalgia that they throw back and they explain certain things, even if you don't like that, there's something in there you will probably love. And I'm not going to tell you what it is, but you'll know it when you see it. It's amazing. And I had thoughts about this. I will talk to you guys in the spoiler details later about this moment that I saw on Instagram. And it tipped me off to something like this. But I doubted it. And I was thinking in my head, gosh, that would be so cool. And then I put it out of my mind. And lo and behold, I freaked out when I saw it in the theater. It was amazing. It's amazing. Oh my gosh, I can't even handle how cool it was. So even though the Solo movie, for a lot of people, is probably going to be like a 5 out of 10, a 6 out of 10, a 7 out of 10, maybe 8. It's probably not going to be anybody's 10 out of 10. I don't know. But I would probably give Solo a 7.8 or an 8 out of 10. I think it's probably up there for me. I really liked Solo. It was a lot of fun. You don't have to take it super seriously. It doesn't deviate from, well, at least my expectations of the characters. It doesn't betray the characters to me. I've heard some people online feel that certain things that happened in the film were not to their satisfaction in the presentation, and they wish that it would have gone a slightly different path. Totally fine. You know, all film is relative. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. No one has to do anything they don't want to do. You don't have to like it. But I do. And I think that people like me will. Especially fans of some of the earlier stuff that was our generation's Star Wars. It's so good. It's so good. It's so much fun. Okay. All right. Now, let me say this. A lot of the extra characters that were in there were a lot of fun. There's some like really cool stuff they do on certain planets, certain explanations that you can gather from even the trailers. We know that, you know, one of the big things surrounding Han Solo, if you name anything nostalgic about Han Solo, anything you can think of. Oh, Han Solo wears a jacket. Oh, Han Solo wears a vest. Oh, Han Solo, we know what his name is. Oh, Han Solo, you know, we know that he got the Falcon from Lando. We know he won it fair and square. You know, like there's tons of things that are there. They're gonna show you what's up with that. You know, they're gonna kind of like do that sort of thing and give you some of these answers. But then even some of the characters that are part of this, like Woody Harrelson's character Beckett, who was cool. I really liked his character a lot. That was a lot of fun having him there. I'm not gonna say too much about his character, but he was a good performance. Hi, baby. My daughter comes to say hi every so often. Kai, you want to say hi? Hi. Here, let's say hi. Let's say hi. Hi. Say hi. 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 Can you say Solo? Solo. Solo. Mwah. Can you say Chewie? Chewie. Chewie. Oh. Oh. Chewie. 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 Can you say Star Wars? Chewie. Pretty close. I love you, baby. I love you. Chewie. Yes. Yeah. That's right. Is super wide? Wide. Yes. Good girl. I love you, baby. My beautiful daughter. All right, and so there's not a whole lot more to say about this, but I had a blast, and if you liked Star Wars at any point, you should probably see this film. It's casual. It's a lot of fun. It's fast-paced. It starts fast. It kind of slows down up until the middle of the second act, and then in the second act, it ramps up, and it just kind of goes up and up and up, and then it ends with like the coolest ending I can imagine. So cool. Anyway, I will leave it there for you guys. You know where I stand. I liked it. I liked Solo. Hi, honey. Did you like Solo? Kind of.
It was like maybe 2 scenes in it. Like.
2 scenes? Yes, my wife had a number of issues with it. And it's, you know, film is relative. Anybody can like it, anybody can dislike it, you can like it for your own reasons. That's part of why it's art. But Shannon, no spoilers, but how about that ending?
You mean the scene that Peter did?
Yeah, totally.
Then that was amazing.
It was amazing, right? And so like, even if some people don't like the film, there's a scene in there for all you Star Wars fans. It's a lot of fun. So I will leave it there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please, if you have not, give this video a like, share it with those you love, share it with someone you know hasn't seen Solo, share it with someone you know who has. I'd love to have a discussion with them in the comments below. And then also, make sure to subscribe if you haven't, and please turn on notifications to be notified right away the next time I go live so that we can interact in the chat. You guys can ask me questions, and I can interact with you. Give you guys those answers. So, thank you so much for tuning in to this live video. And I'm going to have a non-live video. I'm going to have an edited video with all the pictures and my normal format, the Stuff of Legends style. That's going to be there for you guys this weekend. It's an extended weekend as well. So maybe I'll do a live on like Monday or something. That'll be fun. So you guys stay tuned for more right here on the Stuff of Legend.